All right. Well, good morning, you guys. It's September 21st, 5 a.m. Actually, I woke up like maybe 4 a.m. Like everybody else, you wake up. What's the first thing you're going to do? Check on your cell phone. I should really get rid of that habit. But anyway, so cell phone. And then I went down, brushed my teeth. And then I figured I have to do so many things today. So I'm I had my oatmeal. I'm getting ready with my coffee, and then I'm gonna head out to the farm because, as you know, last Sunday we went harvesting about 50 kilograms of malunggay powder. Well, they're dried up, so I need to bring up some plastics and start packing and storing them. I have some videos of how we dried it, but didn't really have a chance to upload it. Uh, I will. Uh, it's kind of hard to do like organic farming and then do organic blogging, videotaping myself, documenting, sharing what I've been doing. But I know you liked it. Some of you are following it. Some of you wanted to have ideas, uh, getting self-sustained, getting information on where I actually got some of my stuff. So I'm really early today because I wanted to install uh, our solar panel, and I just it just arrived a couple of days ago, and yesterday I was supposed to install this, but I had to go to downtown Lawag, get some cash, get some needed tools, food, supplies. I'm gonna go today. Uh, just to share you uh, where I got them, how much I got the solar panel, because you could potentially use this at your farm, or even when you want to go off grid. I'm going to share my Shopee website. There you go. You can see that. Um, as you can see here, I bought like a grain moisture meter temperature. It's $1,000, $20. But it's basically it needs to test my malunggay if it's dried enough, if it still has moisture, that kind of thing. Uh, it'll do. It's supposed to be testing moisture from grains or rice or anything like that. Uh, but it works in a similar fashion for my malunggay. So this would do. There are other more advanced meters that you can purchase that runs about 2000 P, and I think that's a lot, and I probably don't need it. Anyway, uh, okay, going through my list, my solar. See, the first thing you wanted to find out is how much of a power you need, or how many lights are you going to use for your farm? What are you going to power up? That kind of thing. Gadgets, laptops, you know, or electric fans or anything like that. But for me, I just calculated if you know how to calculate your wattage, your amps, as you know, all those devices have amperes. 2.4 amps is the current charging rate for your most of your cell phones, and then uh, and the wattage tells so much. If it's like this laptop is using 60 watts, uh, and normally that's all like per hour, right? And so that's why on your electric bill, you'd see something like kilowatts per hour, because however how much you're consuming per hour, all those devices, lights, if you're using 15 watts lights, 10 watts, you kind of add all of them up. And per hour, as you use them, that's your kilowatts per hour, and they charge you for that. But anyway, okay, I'm not going to go to all those details, but Google how you calculate wattage or amperes, and you'd find out how much is enough for type of battery that you need to power your house. In my case, I did like this one. Uh, it still is too much power, but it's enough for me where in the future, if I even need to use uh, even a small refrigerator, this 12 volts, 100 amps per hour. 100 amps per hour is about for 120 volts. It's about 100, 1,200 watts. It that's a lot, 1,200 watts. So if you're using that much per hour, then this battery, 100 amps per hour, would consume all your 1,100, 1,200 watts. And that will be all of your gadgets, lights, refrigerator, all at the same time for 1 hour. But if you're using maybe only 10 watts per hour, 20 watts per hour, then your battery would go on for a whole day. That's why you needed like something that charge it while you use it. And I went with, let's see, I went with a 160 watts Bosca German cell. It's a, I don't know much about all this technology yet, but I'm learning. But sometimes you kind of have to read the specs where you see there the maximum power, uh, the voltage, the current that it does, which if you're not so sure about before you buy, you can always ask the seller or the store, and they will give you at least the basic information what you needed to come up with the basic uh, parts, cables, connectors, controllers for your setup. It's not like just solar panel and battery and you think that's it, right? And then you just connect. No, of course, you gotta have some connectors, controllers, because you don't want to overcharge your cellular, your batteries, and you don't want to use gadgets or device that will not work or will just really ruin your equipment. So consult, ask. They have specifications in there. They should match whatever you're using, DC, AZ, whatever. My point is, I got all mine from one store, from Shopee. They're all from one seller, just because I wanted to, and I chat the seller before I actually purchased this one, and he sort of recommended, okay, if you're going to use this kind of solar panel, then you want to go with this 30 amp solar charge controller, because 30 amps is enough. If you're charging, it could charge as much as 20 amps if you're using two cells. If two cells or two panels is going to be your setup, then at least this one controller could still handle two uh, panels, maybe even three if it's 10 amps each, something like that. So as you can see, it's 3,000p, or actually almost 4,000 for just this control panel. And then my battery costs about 4,300. That's about $100 there, $100 there, $100. So all my setup with my panel and all these connectors, because you have to, I have to put up the solar panel above the roof, and I have to run the cables down. I have to run the cables down inside the farm. So I figure I need about 2 meters long cable. And so, and it's not just an ordinary cable, right? You have to make sure you're using the right cable for your control panel that could handle the current. So you calculate the connectors, your panel, the solar panel is 3,000. There's 3,000 there for, I'm using a 1,000 watts pure sine wave inverter, so I can plug in my device, right? It's not just, from the battery, and you have to convert the 12 volt battery into an AC, right? So you have to use an inverter. So all of this combined is about 15,000. See, this three is 11,000 plus 3,000, 14, and plus the connector. So $300, 15,000 piece setup. That's not too bad, right? $300, because that should be enough to power your lights at night. And if you're going to the bathroom, even a small TV or laptop, or maybe overnight, all night, when there's no sun. So there's no sunlight, so you're gonna be powered by battery. Figured from 7 p.m., 8 p.m. all the way until you sleep, maybe 12 midnight. So you're just using about maybe 5 to 6 hours of battery powered night. So you're not really using it overnight, except if it's really hot and you're gonna turn on electric fans at night. But the idea is maybe from 6 7 p.m. at night till 12 midnight, you have lights. You could power you know power up your charge your power banks, your cell phones, everything that you need, so that you don't really consume and drain down your battery 100%. You just want to use 50% of the battery, so that tomorrow, sunlight, you start charging up again. With this 160-watt panel, I'm hoping that 50% that I consumed last night could charge, during the daytime, maybe just half the day, 4 hours, or even 8 hours. It could restore back to 100% unless I keep using the battery power for my gadgets. So it just depends. The more I use power, the more I have to charge. And I would know because my controller has some kind of level. It's supposed to tell me my consumption, how much battery I use. And then if I notice that I'm using it too much, or that it's not enough, then I could upgrade and do 2 batteries or 2 panels to charge up faster, whatever. But for now, $300. I'm going to the farm after this oatmeal breakfast. And it's gonna be a fun day. I'm gonna try to videotape myself and my assistants, my work, my farmers. And then I still have to pack the malunggay capsule. So I think it's gonna be a long day. Anyway, just sharing. You guys follow the link there, so I could kind of update you of what I'm doing, because after this one's installed, my next one will be my aquaponics. They're ready. I'm gonna have to start drilling holes on my pipe and run the aquaponic cups. The seeds are ready, my hoses, my pumps. So I'm gonna show you. Anyway, so all of this one Shopee stuff, $300. I was just sharing, and as you can see, I also bought portable solar charging outdoor camping night market, because if I can use solar powered lights at night, it will save me battery. So these are the things that you wanted to have for your farm, something that's solar powered, because you're off grid. You're gonna need a lot of those power banks. And see, this is in this website. It's where all I bought my aquaponic stuff, my rock wool, I'm not kidding you how much I'm really cheap. See, this one's even have my own spoon and fork, because I need to have them wherever I go. I need one spoon and fork, right? All right, that's it. I'm gonna show you all my list, but my Shopee account is platinum. I get free shipping. So funny, because I bought a lot of stuff here. So I don't know. I've bought so much stuff from Shopee that I'm platinum. I get free shipping, so I like it over. I love it more than the Lazada app. I get more from Shopee. You just have to be more careful in what you're buying. Read the reviews. Read people's comments about the product. So I spend a lot of time reading comments. If I just see one bad comment there that product's not working or something like that, I go to another shop. Okay, so stop sharing this one. So there you go. I'll see you later and show you around. Have a great morning.